Hey guys, this is William from Stardust Drive, and I am here to kind of announce, not really announce, but just kind of confirm what everybody's been thinking, people who are watching. I am officially going on hiatus. Technically my hiatus started at the end of August, and there's a couple of reasons why. Namely, I started a new job, Sam and I adopted 2 kittens, and I've just been kind of losing interest in making videos. This has been a general thing I've been feeling for the last year and a half. That's not to say I don't want to ever stop making videos. A hiatus doesn't mean that I'm done indefinitely. It's just I'm thinking of taking a temporary hiatus, at least until the end of the year, just to kind of let myself in 2017 reevaluate what I want to do with Stardust Drive. We haven't done a podcast since February, which was our 4-year anniversary podcast, and where there is still interest in doing a podcast. I had actually spoken with Anthony and Chris and Carter about this on and off, and I saw them recently this week and just kind of in passing told them I was thinking of going on hiatus and I wanted to talk about it on the channel. So the interest is still there to make podcasts, but at the moment I'm just focusing on my work, I'm focusing on my new kittens, and I'm focusing on basically just life until the end of the year. It was a pretty hectic summer, so my focus wasn't entirely on videos, and I apologize for anybody who has been watching and is a regular watcher, consumer of my videos for Stardust Drive. I apologize for that. I tried to make it up by doing more live streams on Twitch with games like Last of Us Until Dawn and Rocket League, which I know I still have to go back and finish Until Dawn. So I may still do that just as a kind of I know I had some friends who were watching it and wanted to see me finish it, so I'll probably do that. Other than that, I'm not going to be making anything more for any of the shows that were on Stardust Drive. And we'll probably in the new year, maybe I'll come back to it with a new perspective. I know for the podcast especially, that's one that I would definitely be interested in coming back to first. As for other videos, I will have to see. And this also begs the question, it's sort of in part to a sequel of a video I did back in July I called it Into the Unknown. It was basically talking about, the lack of videos that was on the website and the lack of content, and just basically about the move and stuff like that. And I hadn't really thought, I had ideas as to what was going to happen with the channel. But I also didn't want to officially announce my own personal hiatus. I'm not saying this is a hiatus for Carter or Anthony or Chris. I can tell you that Carter will, he will probably still be posting content to Stardust Drive's page, including Smash Bros videos with some of his friends from Mississauga, as well as if he ever gets back around to doing Pokemon Fire Red. But he's also got his own YouTube channel now, which is starting to grow in terms of popularity, so if you can go and check him out, I think it's just Carter Key. He does a lot of video blogs. He does some videos with friends. He's done some, he did some rants. I saw a rant that he did as well, so he's doing that. Chris is in school full time, so he's gone back to school for acting, so he's doing that, and he's not streaming as much, but he does it occasionally. And Anthony is actually, he's not working at his night shift job anymore. So Anthony's actually probably the most available of all of us right now, which kind of comes at a pretty bad time because it would have been great to do more weekly podcasts, but at the moment I just don't see it happening. But he's just focusing more on getting his music, he's jamming with some friends, and he's trying to see if he can get a band together and play some stuff. He's also doing some programming and some more gaming, just catching up, I guess, on lost time from his job. As for me, my intention was to get back to writing, as I had mentioned it in the last podcast that we did. And ever since I started the new job, I haven't really had a lot of time for it because my job now involves a lot of writing, and it's steady shifts. So I do like a full-time, sort of like a 9-to-5 thing, which is great. But I work on the weekend as well. So I just haven't had a lot of time to myself as well to be able to do a lot of what I want to do. And Sam's also been working different hours too, so both of us are home more often, so I don't really find myself sitting down and actually giving myself that time to do it. So we were focusing on just kind of living life essentially, getting out, spending time with friends. Like, this is stuff that I kind of took for granted, I think, when I was on the podcast. And I had mentioned as well the fact that because I hadn't decided if I wanted to keep going with the podcast, mainly because I want to use that time that I had been spending with friends and doing the podcast just to spend time with friends and make memories and stuff like that, rather than it be for a YouTube video. So something I wanted to separate myself, like my personal life, from my YouTube channel. I wanted to have it separate. And I know that Stardust Drive consists of most of my friends. This is why I want to kind of reevaluate what I want to do, whether it be to come back with Anthony and Chris and Carter and do something with Stardust Drive, but I've also toyed around with the thought of going back to my solo channel. So again, these are just ideas I'm tossing up, and I feel like by the time the new year comes around and I start making New Year's resolutions, that I'll have a better idea of where I want to focus my time. But as of now, my contributions to Stardust Drive is very limited. I may finish Until Dawn, and that's probably about it. But Carter will still be doing his thing. You can check him out on his channel. He's also on Jessica's channel, A Girl in a Game, with her podcast. Carter's very active, so you can keep watching him. He's doing a very good job. As for me, I'm trying to think if I've missed anything else. I don't think I have. Oh, sorry, I did. So I had also mentioned that I wanted to do 10-year retrospective videos, and it ended up being that Carter's going to be taking the realm on that, the reins on that, and so I had assigned him the role of putting together compilation videos, the best of the four of us, like me and Carter and Anthony and Chris, to just compile a best of. Because right now, the other thing that would kind of stop me from making videos was the fact that my editing software decided to just shit the bed, and I haven't been able to open it all summer. I haven't exactly had the money to go out and get a new editing software. Of course, downloading one illegally would also mean a virus on my computer, and I don't want to lose any of my stuff. So I've just been kind of making do with Windows Movie Maker, which is actually worse than it was when I first started using it, if you can believe that. If anybody has any tips on how to, maybe get the timeline back on Windows Movie Maker rather than it look like an iMovie format, then let me know in the comments below. As for that, I will provide a list of channels that you can follow if you're looking for other content by one of the four of us. You'll most likely be getting it from Carter, though. So Carter's the man for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check back in 2017 if you guys are still around, or if you guys haven't forgotten about us completely. Just keep living life, like that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, guys.